story, we have Isaiah Thomas coming back to his native Chicago. He's talked about how he wanted to play with the Bulls and how he used to sneak into this arena. Obviously, he's very happy in Detroit, but he loves this building, and he usually plays well here. Guys?
Thanks, D.A. And, of course, Mike, Isaiah's backcourt partner has shined as well.
Joe Dumars, the MVP of last year's finals, leading them in scoring in the first 2 games at the Palace.
It's about as good a backcourt, I think, as this league has ever seen, wouldn't you say?
A very versatile backcourt.
And Clark, Isaiah Thomas, just 8 points in Game 1, and then he had 10 points in Game 2. He wants to get it going tonight. You can just feel it.
Absolutely, and you figure Zeke will have to be better than that. I mean, he's too good of a player to put up numbers like that all series long.
Yeah, I agree. And so here is Chicago following the bucket by the Pistons. Jordan against Lambeer. Relentless approach from Detroit's defense against Michael Jordan. Mike, the Bulls have had some turnover problems in this series, and that is something they're going to have to avoid here.
Without question, 19 turnovers for them last game. You know the Pistons bring the pressure. Bulls have to minimize unforced errors.
Especially at this stage of the season in big games like this. Free throw good, Jordan.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Outside Thomas, up top Edwards. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Grant. Bulls trail by 6. Pippen, the pass to Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
And Scottie Pippen so good at surveying the floor. Like seeing him find the open man with those sweet dishes.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
And the Pistons up 2-zip in this series. They are completely in the driver's seat. The onus is on the Bulls to make the adjustments to get back in this series.
And I'm expecting that Coach Jackson will certainly have to mix things up, Mike. The Pistons are a monster, but they aren't invincible, especially with the team that has Michael Jordan.
Now here's Jordan. The airtight defense from Dumars continues to give Michael Jordan fits.
And sometimes Jordan's impossible to guard, which forces the D to foul him.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Michael Jordan.
The first free throw is good. So for the Bulls. Kings checked in for Cartwright. Neely comes in for Horace Grant. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. And then for Detroit, Sally, he's checked in for Edwards. Aguirre comes in for Dennis Rodman. And it's Johnson in for Dumars. And so Jordan nails both of them. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
You know, this Pistons team is so strong and focused on the road. I don't think the crowd in Chicago is going to be any problem at all for them.
And the Pistons with the second-best road record in the league. A team full of veterans. They have plenty of composure to spare in this series. How many other guys can do that? Michael Jordan, everybody. You can't top his showmanship.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Pistons. Pass to Aguirre. Back to Thomas. Johnson surveying the floor. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Chicago ball.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Inbound violation. Detroit ball.
1:03 left in the first. Outside, Aguirre. The pass to Johnson. From the stripe. And that one comes up a bit short.
And the Bulls seemingly over their injury issues now. Paxson's ankle and Jordan's hip are looking close to 100%.
And you know, Mike, it was obvious how those injuries impacted the Bulls early on. In games 1 and 2, their backcourt was just not at full strength.
Here is Aguirre. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Rebound by the Bulls. They're looking really strong offensively, Mike.
Terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That'll be the key.
This is the winning mindset Jordan brings to his team. Enjoys feeding his open teammates.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Thomas. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And I like how versatile he is on offense. Capable of burning defenses in so many ways.
Inside, the Bulls continue to give up possessions. Tough to win a game, guys, doing that. And the basket by Johnson.
Nice vision by Aguirre, creating an easy scoring opportunity by finding the open man.
Here's Jordan. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
What a shot to beat the buzzer, and that's how you gain momentum.
Yeah, that kind of a shot always energizes a team, and they'll look to build off of it going into the next quarter.
Michael Jordan getting it done for Chicago. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals here in Chicago. So it's Chicago now.
And early in this series, the Pistons have had a big bench advantage. A lot of points chipped in from the second unit. It's a problem for the Bulls.
On the floor for Detroit, they've got Joe Dumars. Edwards out there with Sally. Then there's Thomas, and it's Aguirre in at the small forward. Jordan can't get it to go.
And that's a strong defensive effort to force the miss, especially against someone of his caliber.
Hey, Clark, remember in Game 1, the Bulls only managed 12 points from their bench.
But they did get it going in Game 2, Kevin, but so did the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a deeper and more battle-tested bench. Somebody on Chicago's side is going to have to really step up.
Paxson, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Dumars. Again, the Pistons score.
Great use of the mid-range. Joe Dumars pouring into.
Chicago trailing here.
Looking at the Pistons, you have to appreciate their approach. They play to their strengths and keep a very level head throughout the game.
Showing off some big-time athleticism and adding a little extra flair as well on that dunk.
Just like you, Clark, you used to say, hey, if you've got it, flaunt it. And you
Let
did.
it flow. Let it flow.
Well, thankfully, he made it. But I'm sure his coach would like a more cautious approach in that situation.
6 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And with the Pistons' approach, Clark, it's almost methodical how they go about things.
Kevin, it's not only methodical, it is maniacal and physical. And that's what being a champion does to you. This team knows they're great. They feel if they play their game, nobody can beat them physically, but more importantly, emotionally and mentally.
So confident. And the Bulls making a change here. Grant's checked in.
Take a look at this Pistons offense, and they run an awful lot of pick-and-roll action effectively because they're an excellent passing team, and they work really well together.
And for a word about the Pistons' second unit, we send it to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, typically the Pistons only play 8 guys, but they may go 12 deep now. Scott Hastings has started something called the Bench Bandits in Detroit. They wear rubber bands on their left wrists, and if one of those last 4 guys isn't paying attention, they snap it. It's kind of a painful way to stay focused. Guys, back to you.
It seems that way. Something's working, though. Mike, in the first 2 games, the Pistons bench outscored the Bulls bench by 30 points.
That's a whopping margin. It's been no contest. A major storyline in this series.
Agreed. Here's Thomas. Misses off the right iron. Like looking at this Pistons offense, the pick and roll, the screen roll game is very deadly with Isaiah Thomas.
And it opens up everything for them as well. The team plays very unselfishly, always looking for a great shot and rarely settle for bad ones.
Very smart team. Now, here is Jordan. Isaiah Thomas missing his last shot.
Relentless effort from Jordan on the drive. Encounters the foul, but still gets a shot off.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
At the line for your
Free throw good, Jordan. So for the Bulls. Purdue comes in for Bill Cartwright. And Hodges subbed in for Paxson. Bill Lambiers checked in for the Pistons. Rodman comes in for Aguirre.